team put together a solid game plan 2 weeks in a row. This is a big. But overall, I can't complain too much. We just need to be the Bills.
Performed at an exceptional level against Oregon.
This was our third win in a row. Very happy. I'm concerned about all right. We are now 5-2, and we're leading the AFC West.
Damn right.
Wait. Oh, we won the game? Oh.
Yeah. No
Did
one
you leave
thought we
early?
would. Why would we not think we would win that
Did you leave the
game?
stadium early? Like
It's-
half the stadium?
Well, I don't know. Somebody may have left the bar early.
So I have to just start with this confession here. Is that we got to the start of the fourth quarter.
You do.
It was like, this was terrible. This game is terrible. But some people had left, and it seemed like when they left, things got better. And so I was like, I should leave, and then maybe things get better.
I think you need to change your name. I think you need to change your name because you are not a believer.
Well, no. But see, that's the hashtag here. You should believe, not leave. So
learn from watching Steve.
But I listened to the game on KOA on the way home and heard it all unfurl. I don't even know what to make of it. So anyhow.
Well, we're going to talk about one of the craziest games I've ever watched, or in my case, watch the rerun of the game because I couldn't see it live either myself. But holy fanolis. All right. As always, they were at Almost Home. Join us this weekend for the Cowboys game, 325 game. We will be there. I will be there come hell or high water. I may need lots of Gatorade or something after my party, but we'll see what happens. All right. Let's just get into it. We're going to start with the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we're going to go backwards, kind of like how the game started. And we're going to start with the ugly first. So, Gavin, you were at the game, so why don't you start the ugly?
You know, there was a time there where I was sitting there sometime in the third, maybe even second half, and I was like, this is the worst goddamn Broncos game I have ever seen. I have ever come back. I can't believe I flew back, spent money on tickets, and actually went to this steaming pile of. And then, wait, hold on. Wait a sec. We might have something here, but good Lord, were those first few quarters painful. I mean, it was the most atrocious display of football I've ever seen in that stadium, and single-handedly the best single-handed display I've ever seen in that stadium. The range of emotions, as you can imagine, for all of you as well, but being there, it was palpable and silent, and literally a third, if not a half of the people left, including some friends of mine. And
how dare them?
Those poor suckers, because they missed one hell of a party afterwards.
Steve?
Well, I could go with my early departure, but I'm going to go with Dre Greenlaw's relative availability throughout the season. And I feel like he's one of those people that's an investment, as like this is a guy we want working for us in the playoffs, but he's out for another game because he said something to a ref. I have no idea what, but apparently it was bad. And hey, I guess he gets another week of rest. Maybe that means he's in better shape later in the season. But
yeah, part of me is like, well, maybe this isn't the worst.
Mr. Todd?
So I was ready for the good. I had a great good that can't work anymore. So, I'll put it in the bank. And so I think we're getting granular because I think I have to say that, again, fan since 1977, probably the greatest regular season comeback victory that I've ever seen. So that's the landscape we're dealing with now, which we sort of opened the show with. So I'm going to go to a very, 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 very specific ugly, which is the refs this year.
Yeah.
And I have always believed that one play does not make a game. And so when we look at that ridiculous leverage call against the Colts, that absolutely lost us the game, but we didn't have but it didn't stop us from winning. It made us lose. That pass interference call, it might be the worst call I've ever seen.
So bad.
When it was horrendous, and and that's why Greenlaw got suspended, and that's why Strand, how do you pronounce it?
Strand
got fined. It was the ugliest call I've ever seen. There's probably 5 or 6 more I can come to, but it's the ugliest call I've ever seen against the Broncos. But guess what? One play does not cost you the game because we won the game. So as ugly as that call was, we overcame the ugliness.
See, I thought the roughing the passer was the egregious call.
Mm.
I think the two of them together could have killed us, but that's going to lead into what was going to be part of my good. So, all right, let's do the bad. Todd?
Oh, yes, I'll start. The bad for me is, so we watched the game on Sunday night, and I woke up Monday morning, and I just wanted to see them play again. I wanted them to play on Monday because I do not understand this team. We literally could be, what are we now? We're 5 and, what are we?
5 and 2.
I mean, we were never going to. Who do you get blown out by? The Chargers? We weren't going to be the Chargers, but we have been competitive. Well, we're just so good. I don't understand this team yet. I don't know if they are middle of the road or one of the top 3 teams in the NFL. The bad is I just need to see more of them. I feel like we watch them, and I just don't understand who this team is yet. Like, are they the first 3 quarters of the game, or are they the 4th quarter? Because those are 2 radically different things. And I think Sunday will be a test to figure out if we can figure out who this team is.
Whoever you 2 wants to jump in.
I'll go. My bad kind of ties in with the first one I said, but the bubble screens. Like, how many GD bubble screens are we going to throw in this game? I mean, that was our entire game plan, and we just stuck with it and stuck with it and stuck with it, and nothing was working until it was all of a sudden, and we abandoned that, and we just kept hammering it. And I don't know if that's Sean's stubbornness. I don't know if there's, the Giants defense just had us red, so that's all we could get away with, but the relentless screens, they're just not working, and we got to get away from them. And it should have completely cost us that game.
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah, I think just overall execution is a big problem right now. I mean, the screens, if you go and look at them, it's all of those screens could have been, 5-10 yards, no problem. But people are whiffing on their blocks, right? So, you've got a screen where you literally have a tackle, Bowles, out there blocking and screwing up a block. That's all your job is. He's still screwing it up. So, usually he's not downfield doing it, but it's – and I think, a lot of our inconsistencies is just, it's that we cannot – it's the same players, run the same playbook, run the same plays. Sometimes they're just dropping balls everywhere, overthrowing passes, and sometimes it's just lights out perfect. And the only reason we won that game is because we played the most perfect 4th quarter that has been played. We
gave up a lot of points.
Sure. I'll talk about the offense, but yeah, I think it's any one little thing went wrong there. One drop pass, one missed throw, and none of that happens. It was that thin of a margin.
Well, if they just run the ball instead of Dart throw, coming in, it was when Dart scored, it was They didn't call it. It was like, damn it. I wish he had scored there. And I had a Giants fan behind me. He's like, you guys want to score there? I'm like, yeah, we absolutely do want to score there. And they overturned it. And it was like, holy shit, they just gifted us a possession. Yeah. And we had 35 seconds on the clock, or excuse me, 33. And it was like, perfect. We're up by 2 with 33 seconds in the game. I mean, they're in the Eagles game. All we needed was a minute to drive. We have a chance. And the Giants, on many occasions, coaching just floundered, and they just handed us the game. Like it was just a gift. It was just every little micro thing just went right. It was awesome.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
All right. We'll go to the good. For those that haven't seen this game replayed over and over on almost every sports show that's been on this week, Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter, of which 25 of them were in the last 6.5 minutes of the game, and we won on a field goal at 4 seconds.
And John Elway wasn't our quarterback.
1 point. So
that's
since you wanted to open up, you had your thing that I couldn't let you do because I changed it up on you. You guys honest. Why don't you go with the good?
Yeah, thank you. The good is, I'm wearing my Elway jersey today. Gavin brought up Elway. The good is that is that was a win. That I think I can think of 5 regular season victories that were like that. It might be number one. Greatest comeback victory of all time was the drive. But the good is that this team is capable of doing that. And the reason why they're capable of doing that is because they believe in each other. And then that's the most exciting thing for me about the game on Sunday was when they were just an absolute mess. And those of us who stayed at Almost Home, we're talking about should we fire Sean Payton? I got text, Bo Nix needs to be benched. And we didn't all believe. But those guys on the sideline, they believed. It was an incredible victory. And it goes beyond last Sunday. It might not pay off this season, although I think it will. But those are the kinds of victories that build championships. It was like I haven't actually been able to totally process what happened. It was just too big a deal. But the good thing is that we won the game.
I've heard people equate it to last year's catalyst moment that Surtain pick 6 against the Raiders. When that happened, it flipped a switch in us and we went on that 5-game win streak. People are sort of equating it to that moment. At least
I would
last year. We'll see. We'll see. We don't know.
I would say that it was the fumble that Nick Bonito had, which was actually an interception, but it was thrown behind the line. But those were plays. Yeah. This was a quarter when everybody counted them out. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important they show up on Sunday. If they win on Sunday, then they are a real team.
Steve?
I mean, I feel like it's a competition for superlatives here, right? It's like, if we're talking about what was good, it's all of it at the end. The game was, let's just put it this way. You will never see a game with one quarter like that ever again. Mm-hmm. You just won't live long enough for just the random odds of this stuff to play out that you will ever see that again. So I'm glad you saw it the first time because it won't happen again.
Well,
go ahead.
I just think the amazing thing that it's amazing that Bo threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for 2 touchdowns in one quarter in the fourth quarter when they were down by that much. That's epic.
Massive. He was flawless. He was perfect. Every pass was on the money. I mean, he was overthrowing everything in it. He couldn't hit a brick barnyard on the first 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden he was just laser focused and just bam, 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 bam. I mean, everything. An amazing grab by Troy Franklin in the back. I mean, that's the miracle that started it all. Once he did that, then it was like
crazy
wow.
But I will say, like, and I just put this together when you said it. I think the greatest half of quarterback football I ever saw played was at Steve's party when Tom Brady came against the Atlanta Falcons.
That was
and when it was just like everything went right, but it was because the quarterback was directing it. Like Bo directed that victory, and that's good news.
Sean dialed it up too.
And here's what my good actually will be is that that we could do that for 1 quarter. If we could just do 80% of that for half, which seems plausible to me, this is a Super Bowl team.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Now we can't do the 3 quarters that started it.
God no.
Let's not do that again. Hopefully the first 3 quarters reflected, the highs of going against the Eagles, a road trip to London, the jet lag, the kind of just getting over all that, and then they kind of come out of their stupor like, oh, I guess we got to play some football. But, we'll find out next week. Do they ride this to something at a higher level, or do they kind of flame out because they've just had too much drama the last few weeks?
Well, and I think that I think the drama was like they were exhausted coming from the game because of London. But I think the amazing thing about one game is that, we're top of the AFC West. If we lost, what would we have been, 3rd? Like, that was so consequential in terms of playoff positioning.
Same with that Chargers game. God, if we had beat the Chargers and won this, like, we would be so
right.
far out.
Exactly. But remember, like, the funniest thing in the world was, in week 4, everybody's like, well, the Chargers are effectively 3 games ahead of everyone in the division. Nobody will ever catch up. And now it's ours to lose.
Yeah, because the Chargers are really beat up right now.
So
yeah.
Oh, they're playing pretty well.
Beating up on Minnesota pretty bad. But the thing with the Chargers is you get past their defense is really beat up right now. So if you can score points, you can do well. Yeah, I wish we'd played this Chargers and not the Chargers we played. So let me see. Oh, Jesus. All right. So Gavin has given me a couple of things to show to the crowd, and this is one of them. I gotta say I like it, Gavin. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Can you guys see that?
No, not yet.
No,
not yet.
Maybe it'll change.
Come on. Here we go.
Copyright issue.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, so they're selling these T-shirts. I just ordered one because I feel that I'm obligated being a member of the actual, like being there live. But just witnessing the greatest 4th quarter comeback in NFL history after being shut out for 3 quarters, like that's something special. That's crazy. So
yeah,
and I don't have an orange shirt, so it was all perfect.
Also, this reminds me, like we talk about it as the 4th quarter, but 5 minutes 14 seconds left in the 4th quarter is not even a 4th quarter.
Correct. Yeah,
no,
not even.
We scored most of our points in the last 6.5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So it's just craziness what we did. And that was my good, is the moxie this team has right now. Like last year, we'd get in these situations and they'd get really close, but they didn't quite have that last push. They couldn't quite do it. This year, they've done it a couple of times, not to this level. Like this game, I think I would have had a heart attack if I'd actually seen it in person. I was having a heart attack on my phone because like Yahoo would be stuck at like 30 seconds for like 45 seconds. Like, what is going on? So, all right. And then Gavin, you want to cue up what I'm going to show? You're the one that told me to play it. So.
Yeah, so I pulled my camera out for the last final shot. We were in the south stands. And there's kind of a funny moment in the middle of the video, but yeah, just I wanted to show you guys, my view from the south stands of them winning the game. Also, south stands are usually a pretty fun place to play. Not a single point was scored on the south end of the stadium the entire game.
That's pretty incredible, actually.
Not a damn point. It was like, oh man, all the action was far away, so it's a little zoomed out. But I zoomed in pretty well. So Tina, you can show it, and forgive my yelling.
Did you curse?
I'm sure. I don't know, actually.
Okay.
We're going to find out.
We're going to get this. I swear. I am horrible at this.
Practice makes perfect. Just ask.
There we go.
Go full screen.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Come on, Big Willie.
The chills. 2-1. I don't know that guy.
I didn't look anyone around me.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Is not kind of
Oh my God! DT, baby! DT!
They gave us these cards.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was great. They have this wall of orange, and everybody gets a card in the south stands, and it's like boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
We saw it on the TV coverage. It was
Oh, you did? Cool. Yeah. We didn't even talk about DT, you guys. Like how much of a extra layer to all this was. Like the whole Wade came out. I don't know if they showed any of that during the thing, but go back and watch some of that because. Wade came out holding the trophy, the Lombardi trophy, surrounded by the defense. So they came out, and Kubiak was in there, and
Emmanuel,
all the guys. Emmanuel gave a speech. Yeah, his mom and grandma came out, DTs, and he gave the speech, and they showed a video, and it was so cool. It was so awesome. But we were just all sitting there most of the game, like, God, you can't do DT's memory like this. You can't put up this crap of a game. We were just like, you guys are disrespecting 88. And he had something else planned for us.
And then they didn't.
Yeah. And then they didn't. It was awesome. Just awesome all around.
Yeah, great. Cool. I'm so happy you were there. I did text Gavin at the end of the third quarter, and I said, I'm sorry you have to watch this.
And all I responded was, dude.
And I got a text from another friend at the end of the third quarter who was there as well. He said, it's time to bench Bo.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, I said, let's keep him in.
Yeah. Might as well. Man, what a game. What a game.
So the guy that calls the red zone at the NFL Network, he does the red zone and everything. He does this. Yeah, he does this. He does the summaries, and this going into the game day summary. He was like, "This is what's going. There's something going on in Arizona right now, and I can't even begin to explain what's going on in Denver. It's not over." And then when it was over, he came in. He's like, hey, "I would say like watch the game, but the summary is the game." He was pretty. The guy who called it was pretty funny about it. So that was my cue into what was going on. So all right.
Let me wait before we do this. Let me just show a graphic here. I got it uploaded. Tina, you might have.
I think I know where this is going.
This is the graph
of
the percentages, and also an inverse of our heart rate. But as it went down, and then all of a sudden we're like, and then they just came back. That final drive, Jackson Dart, on that fourth down call, it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Excuse me. And it was just, oh my God, here we go. And then bam, 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 and then it was just up and down, up and down. I mean, they had a 0.2% chance of winning the game. Like,
I started walking home at about where that plateau starts in the fourth quarter. I'm like, cool, man. I see what I needed to see.
Right.
Turns out, no, I had not.
Yeah.
If I can find it again, I'll share it on our chat. Somebody actually took that and those percentages and overlap those over actual game footage, over the things that were happening. And they'll show it like as they show like Bo running in for the 18-yard, you see the probability checking up to the number that it was, and then it going back down. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Put it in a visual way. So this is just craziness. Like it was crazy. As a matter of fact, my friends on the round table made our game the game of the week. They're like, there's no other game to talk about.
Not really. I did like the Today Show the next morning. It was like the top story on the Today Show the next morning.
Yep.
Like, it was like
the only game I can think of in recent memory that had that same vibe was that one playoff game where it was like Chiefs Bills, and it was just like they've won, no, they've won, no, they've won. Just kind of those back and forth at the very end of the game.
Yeah. No, I have spent some time thinking about where this, like regular season, like where it ranks in terms of regular season victories. The Tebow has like 3 of them: the Miami game, the Chicago game. There's one more.
Texans game started it all. I was at that game. That was awesome.
Which one?
The 20-point comeback in the fourth or second half against the Texans. I was at that game. That was the game that sort of launched Tebow mania.
That was Drew Lock?
No, that was Tebow. It was like his second or first start.
And
switched everything around.
Elway did some magic against the Kansas City Chiefs in Denver in 1992, but
Oilers
top 5. I think it's the best regular season comeback in Bronco history.
As good as Peyton Manning coming back against the Chargers that we celebrate every after.
That was damn good too.
That's number 5. That's in the 5.
That's what I kind of equate it to, is that kind of comeback.
Same.
Though Manning, unlike Bo, brought it out over the whole game, not in the last.
Well, there's 2 different kinds of comebacks. There's a comeback like when you're down by a lot of points and you come back. And there's a comeback when there's 2 minutes left and there's no chance you're going to win. So, but the Peyton Chargers was Peyton Chargers, and this game was like, oh yeah, they're 2 behind. They're never going to win this game.
The thing with the Manning one, it was 35 unanswered second half points, and our defense just showed up and they shut them down for an entire. So it was really a tale of 2 halves. This, there was just it was all offense. I mean, the defense didn't really even stop them in the end, and they didn't help themselves either.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of ugly. I don't think our great defense did not play a great game against an average offense. So they've got it. They're playing a great I'll do a segue for you, Tina. The defense is playing a great offense this week, and I would like them to show up. Not Drew Greenlock, because he can't, but the rest of the team can. No injuries. Everybody is healthy. All 53 players are healthy.
Well, Jonah Ellis and McGlinchey did fully participate today.
Oh, so, Jonas did. All right, awesome.
Yeah, so we'll find out today if he plays fully practices tomorrow. Then they'll probably both be. I think they'll both be back on Sunday. We'll be healthy. I don't know if you guys looked at the Cowboy injury list. It's a lot.
Is Lamb back? Lamb's still out for this one, or is he back now?
No, Lamb's back.
Oh, damn.
They have it up on the Broncos website. I'm just going to go down the list of names. Trevon Diggs, Donovan Wilson, Cooper Beebe, Kenny Clark, Ajane Cornelius, Marshawn Nealon, DeMarvin Overshone, Siobhan Ravel, Tyler Smith, Junea Thomas, Kalen Carson, Jonathan Mingo, Kenneth Murray Jr., Mozzie Smith, and Tyler Guyton.
Jesus.
I just want to say that Tina just sounded like a principal who's announcing graduation.
Yep. And I'm looking through this, and most of them are defense. And that's going to be the segue in my segue off of Todd's segue to us talking about the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a game of a good offense versus a bad defense, and defense versus that back and forth. And our defense has to show up for this game. That's just my opinion. If they don't show up for this game, they're gonna It's
Yeah.
gonna be
I think the defense will show up. I think that by the end of the game, you'll hear a lot of people complaining about Moss again, even though he's doing his job and actually doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
I think there's. I think
you
it's
guys-
easier. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish. And
I was
then
just gonna say, I think what the struggle was the last 2 weeks is that it's just being prepared for the game, just sort of being unfocused because of travel, because you're playing teams that are. This is a team where I think we're going to have the focus that like what we had in the fourth quarter. So.
I did too. I think that the reason why we played so poorly the first 3 quarters is that we had just gotten back from London, and I love my love-hate with relationship with Sean Payton will be eternal. He chose not to have a bye week after coming back from London. They were absolutely tired the first 3 quarters, but
Yep.
you know what? And my love-hate is I hate him that he made them play, but I love the fact that he is running a team that has the fortitude enough to win that game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And when we have a week of rest in December, it's probably going to be worth it.
November.
This when I looked at our game block of games here, they look kind of easy, but this one I don't know why it stood out to me. I think I'm a little worried about this game. I don't want to say trap, but they might be overlooking these guys a little bit, and Javonte is going to come in with a massive chip on his shoulder. He's just kicking ass this year. We may have given up on Javonte a little too early, but different schemes, different players. Sometimes they just spark and something happens. So, who knows there. But, with their offense geared up right now that the way it is, even with our massive defense, I'm not sure our offense can keep pace with them right now. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm very hopeful that this team is going to carry a bunch of that energy from the last one. But if any game in our next 4 or 5 game stretch, this one, I'm putting a little asterisk next to it. It's making
our fourth quarter
race
offense can keep up. Our first quarter offense cannot.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with Dak Prescott and this offense is that they can get ahead. And this team is not like the last 2 teams that we played. You're not going to be able to keep them to 0 points in the fourth quarter. So our offense has to go. A couple of points. One, because Jonah Ellis is going to be back, that I think will help our run defense a little bit. It'll solidify that a little bit. But to go to Steve's point where he's like, people are going to complain about Riley Moss. My thing is, go to the DNVR. This week, Aqib Talib was on DNVR, and they specifically asked him about Riley Moss. And he said he is a good receiver, and he broke it down so much. He's like, Riley gets 50%. The 50% of the throws go this way, 50% go this way. And he broke it down. He's like, he gets 145. Let's say he gets 145 throws a game. He's going to be good 50% of the time. So it's what he's doing. And he's like, he's good. This hate is not needed. So for all the haters out there, even if somebody says it during the game on Sunday, I'm going to be like, shut up. Talib thinks he's fine.
Well,
the most targeted,
and then Talib bursts out of a wall and starts beating people up and stealing their chains.
I'm gonna go.
And I think, Tina, the point that and it was great. That was great soundbite. But when you're playing against Patrick Surtain, you're going to be challenged all the time.
Yeah,
and that's really important to understand about Riley Moss. And the thing I'm so mad about that pass interference call is that Riley played that very well.
Yep.
And same thing with Alex Singleton. He's getting a lot of hate, but man, he's playing well.
He caused that interception. I mean, straight up, he blew up Scattaboo and got in his face and caused Dart to jump. And that's
that's the thing about these two is everybody loves to harp on it when they make a bad move or they don't do something happens but when they're good, they're very quiet and they won't it's like, there's people I don't like. It's like, okay, well, he did good here. All right, let's go. But Yeah, Brett had some good points about talking about Riley last week and things, and I've read some other things like Riley has really good hands. He can't jump as high, and he isn't as fast as Surtain. But he's got other things that make him good. The thing is, he's just going to keep getting interception after interception. And that's what I'm afraid of. Is they're going to keep trying to move people around. Can he keep up with CeeDee Lamb? We don't know. We don't know until we start seeing who they're throwing to. So, and that's a defense situation. So, all right. We're going to lead into the last one. One last thought. Honestly, it can be whatever you want to talk about. So, Steve.
I'll start. I am wearing my Elway jersey because I think that Bo carried the spirit of John Elway in the fourth quarter. And again, I'm so old, but John Elway, a lot of his comebacks were because he didn't really play well for parts of the game. But I think that Bo, as a second-year pro, has put himself in the Parthenon of Elway, Tebow, and Manning in terms of, hey, do not give up on this team. Do not give up on this guy. We can win. And that's really, really valuable. I'm trying to think of right now of other franchises that have had quarterbacks who, more than one or two, who can come back from those that are known for their comebacks. And like there are a lot of individual quarterbacks known for their comebacks, but Bo has honored the legacy of the Denver Broncos with this game and with his career so far. Do not count him out. And so I wear my LA jersey in honor of Bo's performance on Sunday.
I'll go next. So there was I think it was, I'm trying to remember who it was. Drew Brees was saying that in order to really know how a quarterback, like what that quarterback is, you need about 50 games that they've started. And Bo Nix is halfway through that. Mm-hmm. So we still don't really know what he will become. And I think that there's a lot of just variables right now with like our, young receivers, the complexity of Peyton's playbook. Sometimes, Nix is a little off in his accuracy, but like he's made incredible throws and he's had, those moments where you're like, well, he's kind of like John Elway. I mean, so, I think that the direction this is all heading is very good. This season may not be it just because of some of these inconsistencies, some of this turbulence we're seeing. But we've saw in this last game that this team can do amazing things when they're all firing on the right cylinders. And so hopefully they will continue to do that through the rest of the season. But even if it's not quite what it was last week. But yeah, so I think the future remains bright for this team.
And I just want to jump in because I think the most frustrating thing about the last decade of the Denver Broncos is their defense has pretty much been very, very. Most of the defenses of the last 10 years since we won the Super Bowl have been very good, and the offense has let them down. I hope this offense doesn't let them down this year.
Yeah. I'm going to pivot a little away from the game because this week was kind of special with all the stuff around DT, right? Like all the tributes, videos, and like all the stuff. Like this was DT's game. This was DT's, moment to kind of sit there and marinate. I mean, I remember saying it, and arguably so, but many times at the Oak, like DT is the best Broncos receiver of all time. And he still hadn't finished his career, but it was like, he is arguably the best receiver. I don't think there's any arguably about it now. And that even if he was still alive, honestly, I think I would still be saying this, that he, the quarterbacks that he dealt with all the way up through Manning and finally getting that Super Bowl, the big Tebow moment, all of this, even Peyton Manning was being interviewed, and he said DT was not the reason, but one of the biggest reasons why he decided to come to Denver, because he'd never had a receiver like that. And, he got the drops as some receivers do, late in their career, but he just kept going back to him. And he was just that dude, man. And he was always the pinnacle of our offense and so fun to watch. And it was so cool just paying tribute to the dude who was such a good person. And such a good people to the team and to the organization that he worked with, and just touched everybody. And his story about him growing up with his mom's going to prison and grandma for cocaine early, and he had to raise his sisters by working in the farms before and getting ready for school and getting work. Like, he grew up real fast and put all in the work, got a promotion or a scholarship to Georgia and made the most of it, and just boom, 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 like everything worked. So just tragic that he was dead at 33, because he had so much more good to do. But it was fun paying tribute to the dude, because he's one of the best Broncos. He was hung between Manning and Pat Bowlen on the Ring of Fame, and just seeing that banner raised was just awesome. I thought it was so cool.
Okay. Well, for my last thought, I'm going to go through some comments that Handy, one of the people I'm on with the round table, because I think these are actually pretty cool. So here, he talked about this game on Wednesday, like us winning. This was big. But to go to your point, Todd, here you go. Elway's name is equivalent to Frau Blucher in my house. Because he is a Falcons fan, and I do like to tease him that we beat him too. Elway beat him the second time, and after he beat Mr. What's his name now that I can't remember, from Green Bay. But this is also, he watched Bo because he's a Georgia fan. He's a big, huge Georgia fan, so he saw him at Auburn. And I do think this is true. Like, he found his niche, but to find his niche, he had to go to Oregon. And to go to Oregon, then he met his teammate, who's now on the team. And that connection right there is starting to pay off. But I agree, Gavin. DT will still always be, like, I love Rod Smith a lot.
Oh, yeah.
and everybody knows how I feel about McCaffrey, but
Right.
DT
and
was
Sutton.
What?
And Cortland. Let's not forget about Cortland, but yeah, I think DT's
DT was just different. He just something about him. And I mean, Peyton Manning even says it, like, DT treated Peyton's kids like his kids. And he was just, everybody loved him. And I was really glad to see that we did do the Ring of Fame and everything for him. So that was a good thing to happen. So, and I didn't realize this, but they also released you could buy a DT jersey that weekend.
Yeah, at the shops.
So if you wanted one, you could get one.
I know.
You can't
I
get one
thought about
on
it.
eBay now. All right. Well, like I said earlier in the game, we will be at almost home. 3:25
till the end of the game.
I'll be there for all 4 quarters.
From now on, everyone will stay to the end of the game, no matter what. We might have to send Steve home once in a while.
I mean, if I have to leave again to turn things around, I will do so, but I'd rather not.
Your sacrifice doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you.
Yes, the sacrifice was very, very well.
It's funny. It's like, I'm a very rational person, but I literally believed leaving the bar would help, and I know that's insane.
Well, it was like the Bud commercial that the guy had to go downstairs to the bathroom. It was the Broncos. From that point on, when we were losing, we were like, all right, somebody go down to the bathroom. Like,
right.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, lovely as always chatting with you about the Broncos, and looking forward to the game on Sunday. And let's see it. Like you said before, I think this game is going to show what kind of caliber of team they are.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They're fun to watch now.
Very.
It's fun.
For most of the
Because-
quarters.
Most of it, yeah. No, the first 3 quarters were not fun to watch at all.
It was terrible.
Oh, painful.
Yeah. But like last year, we'd be in this and we'd be like, okay, we're not winning this game. We're just watching it to see what they're going to do in the last quarter. They actually pulled it out. So
5-2, man. That's
5-2.
that's a good place to be in late October.
Really is. Really is.
Yeah. But I mean, the Chargers, they're going to win this game. So they're now tied with us, but it's only until Sunday. So, all right. That will be it for today's episode of Mile High Minute. And see you all on Sunday.
All right. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos!